Hello friends, welcome back to story time. Today the story is about the magic tree house, a Merlin mission, Moonlight on the magic flute. Moonlight on the magic flute by Mary Pope Osborne. Chapter 4. Jack of Frog Creek. Annie was laughing so hard that she could barely stand up. What? What happened to you in there? She said. After I got sighed, I left. When I looked back in the room, you were still bowing. She didn't see her eyes, said Jack. Yes, she did. Damn me, said Annie. Well, I didn't hear her, said Jack. He turned away from Annie and started walking as fast as he could. He strode through one elegant room into another. He didn't know where he was. These rooms all looked the same. He thought angrily, with stupid velvet furniture and stupid gold-trimmed walls. Jack, wait, Annie called. She hurried after him. Jack kept walking, desperate to get far away from the scene of his disaster. Finally, he came to a door that led outside. He opened it and stepped out onto a long marble terrace overlooking the back of the palace. Bright silvery light from a full moon shone on a huge garden. Jack stood in the chilly air, trying to calm down. He took a deep breath. He desperately wanted to run back to the tree house and go home. Jack! Annie slipped out to join him. I'm sorry, I called you a dummy, she said. Are you okay? I didn't hear her say to rise, said Jack. And the flute fell out of my coat and my hat came off. And my wig. And I sneezed and I slept. Come on, let's leave. We can go down these stairs. No, we can't leave now, said Annie. We have a mission from Merlin. Don't feel bad. Hardly anyone saw what you did. Yeah, except Her Imperial Majesty and all those Imperial kids, said Jack. They all laughed at me. They were not being mean, said Annie. You were funny. Here, give me your wig. Jack handed Annie his wig and she put it back on his head and straightened it. Your hat, she said. Jack gave her his hat and she placed it over his wig. Hide the flute, said Annie. Jack stuck the silver flute back into his pocket. I don't know what we need this flute for, he said. There is nothing dangerous here. I don't get this whole mission. We will figure it out. Let's just go back in, said Annie. She pulled Jack back inside the palace. So, what do we do now? Asked Jack. We should find the party we were invited to, said Annie. That must be what Merlin wanted us to do. She pointed across the room. People were streaming through a set of doors into another room. Loud party noises came from inside. The chatter of guests, tinkling china, and harp and violin music. Jack pulled back, but Annie took him by the arm. Don't worry. I will bet there are hundreds of people in there, she said. We will get lost in the crowd. But what about all those kids and Her Imperial Majesty? Jack asked. They don't care about us, said Annie. They have too many other guests to think about. Come on. Annie led Jack through the double doors into the party room. Wow, breathed Jack. He and Annie stopped and stared. The party room was the size of a football field. Grand paintings covered the towering ceiling. Everything was trimmed in gold. The glossy white walls and tall mirrors reflected the glow of at least 1,000 candles. Musicians played harps and violins while hundreds of guests stood around long dinner tables chatting and laughing. Women fanned themselves, their diamonds and rubies flashed in the candlelight. The air smelled of perfume, powder and roses. "Okay, let's talk about our mission," said Annie. "We have to help a brilliant artist get on the right path to bring joy to the world." "Yeah, but first we have to find one," said Jack. "Right, so let's look around," said Annie. Jack and Annie started drifting together through the huge room. Jack gazed at the grown-ups. Dressed in their finery, they all looked pretty much the same. "What does a brilliant artist look like?" Jack wondered. "Jack of Rock Creek," came a high little voice. "Oh no," thought Jack. He whirled around. The boy with the tiny sword was grinning up at him. "I have been looking all over for you," he said. "Hi," said Annie. "What's your name?" "Wolfie," said the boy. "That's a funny name," said Annie. "So, is Jack of Rock Creek?" said Wolfie. His eyes shone as he looked up at Jack. "Are you a clown?" he asked. Annie giggled. "Yeah, that's right. I am a clown," said Jack. "How old are you, Wolfie?" said Annie, changing the subject. "6, the little boy said. "6?" said Jack. This kid looked more like a 4-year-old. He thought 5 at the most. "And I'm 11, a girl said. For the first time, Jack noticed the girl standing behind Wolfie. She wore a white dress with red roses. She was the girl who had helped them in line. "Hi," said Annie. "Hello again," the girl said in a soft, lovely voice. "I am Wolfie's sister." Jack felt his face grow red. The girl must have seen him make a fool of himself. "My name is Nannerl," said the girl. "Nannerl?" said Annie, trying to pronounce her name. The girl smiled. "You can call me Nan if you like," she said. "Wolfie and I enjoyed your performance in the Great Rosa Room. Jack, you must be very proud. Her Imperial Majesty does not laugh easily." Jack shrugged and scratched his wig. He wondered if the girl was joking, but she looked serious, so he decided not to tell her he had not meant to be funny. "Do you call your mother Her Imperial Majesty?" Annie asked Nan. Nan looked confused. "No, we call her Mama," said Wolfie. "But you just said..." "Her Imperial Majesty doesn't laugh much," said Annie. "Oh, Her Imperial Majesty is not our mother?" Nan said. "Our mother is back home in Salzburg. We are just visiting the palace." "Then why was Wolfie sitting on Her Imperial Majesty's lap?" asked Annie. "Because she likes me very much," Wolfie piped up. "Oh, brother," thought Jack. "Wolfie, be modest," said Nan, shaking her head. "Actually, Wolfie jumped in her lap when we presented ourselves. I tried to grab him, but Her Imperial Majesty wanted him to stay with her." "Were all those other kids Imperial children?" Annie asked. "Oh, yes," said Nan. "Papa taught me all their names before we came here. Leopold, Ferdinand, Maximilian, Joseph, Maria Antonio, Maria Caroline, Maria Josepha, Maria Amalie, Maria Elizabeth, Maria Christina, Maria Johanna, and Mariana. Said Jack. Maria's a popular name around here. Nan laughed. Jack liked making her laugh. Hey, look at me, said Wolfie. He pulled off his wig. He pretended to sneeze and then fell to the floor. I'm Jack the clown, he said. Aha, very funny, said Jack, forcing a smile. He would have had just about enough to Wolfie. Nan, we have a question for you, said Annie. Do you know if there are any brilliant artists here at the party? I have not really been in Vienna long enough to meet many people, said Nan. But Papa told me that artists do live. Wait, Wolfie broke in. He jumped to his feet. I know someone here who is very brilliant. Who? Asked Annie. Me, said Wolfie, and he bowed. Wolfie, said Nan, shaking her head. Right, said Jack. He turned back to Nan. What were you about to say? But Wolfie broke in again. Nan and I are both brilliant, he exclaimed in his high voice. Our Papa teaches us math, history, writing, reading, geography, music, drawing, riding, fencing, and dancing. Wolfie raised his arms over his head and did a little dance step. And he laughed. Wolfie, stop, said Nan. Yeah, cool it, kid, thought Jack. Do you want to go outside and play in the garden? Wolfie asked Jack and Annie. We can all dance. I don't think so, Wolfie, said Jack. But thanks. He turned back to Nan. So, what were you going to tell us about artists? Oh, yes, said Nan. Papa told me that Her Imperial Majesty often invites artists to live in the palace and work here. Perfect, said Jack. Do you think any of them are here at the party now? Asked Annie. I don't know, said Nan. The palace is very big. Papa told us that more than 1,500 people live here. Why are you looking for brilliant artists? Oh, said Annie, we are on a mission too. Jack interrupted her. To party with brilliant artists, he finished. That's our mission. Then he laughed because he knew he sounded stupid. Nan laughed too. I see, she said. All right then. At dinner, I will ask Papa where the artists stay. Thank you, said Jack. Finally, he thought they were starting their Merlin mission. Thanks for watching the video. Continue the remaining chapters in my next video. Thanks again. Bye.